They made a third one. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is MCLegoboy here with 75295 Millennium Falcon Microfighter. 101 pieces of a third one of these from Series 8 of the Microfighters. So yeah, here we are. We're starting Series 8 of the Microfighters, and this is the only one that's out at the moment. I know that there are some more coming, but they only show 2 more. There should be another, but there aren't any pictures of it, so maybe not. I don't know. I am pretty stoked for a Tauntaun. Not as stoked for a remake of the AT-AT Microfighter, but I don't know. I mean, this is Star Wars. We start making revamps. So yeah, that's just the way it is. And as you can tell, I have already opened the set. I have built it. Instructions, bam. Extra pieces, bam. Millennium Falcon Microfighter. Yeah. But I will say that, like, if you don't have any of the Millennium Falcons yet, this is not all too dissimilar from the ones that came before. But I will say, this is probably the best one that they've ever done. I haven't rebuilt these two in a while, so I don't know like how similar they truly are. I do remember these two being fairly similar, and this does share a number of similar techniques that have been found between them. I really should have taken them apart and rebuilt them just to really get an idea of like how similar this one was, but I didn't. But yeah, like, again, seriously, like, unless you are a collector and you need to get all of them, because like I've kind of made it my thing that I'm collecting all the Microfighters. I used to do that with the battle pack sets, and that's back when you know, they were decently priced and actually had enough parts to make it worth the while. Also, before they started just kind of really making stuff up. Not that like they weren't making stuff up before, but I mean, like, they started just like, hey, we're gonna make up some of these clone troopers in different designs, and we're gonna be doing this and this and this, and I'm like, all right, you guys are clearly making stuff up now that like isn't a thing. Not that it couldn't be a thing, but like it's not a thing. But anyway, I might have to start doing that with Microfighters. Like if we get to like Series 10 and like everything is a remake, I'm like, all right, I'm calling it. I'm cutting myself off from these Microfighters. But what do we have to say about this one? So this one comes with Han Solo. We've already gotten one with Han Solo. I'm actually really surprised that we didn't get a Microfighter of the one from Solo, but we didn't. Everything about him is the same except for the hairpiece, and I gotta say, I love this hairpiece. This hairpiece is really good. Oh my gosh. This is my first time dealing with it. I don't know if I just said that or not. But, like, it's pretty cool. Like, I like it. It looks great. I didn't think I was going to like it, because I thought it was going to be more, like, parted. This, it's like, it's parted, but like there's still some slumping down while some is kind of slicked back a bit. It looks good. It looks really good. It's connected in a very similar way to how it was done with the sequel trilogy version of the Falcon, and it works. There are a few little details that have been changed if you just kind of compare them all next to one another. The red tile that's right here and there is no longer there. It's now inset into the build. It carries over the red jumper back here, and the black vents and little portal things there. It continues the trend of having kind of a hole there. It redoes the greebling inside, which I do appreciate that. Instead of it being dark gray on the bottom, it's now light gray on the bottom. There is no back half that's dark gray. Now it's all light gray with the little fins that are dark gray. We're back to the round dish, but we're doing it similar to that of the old mini set from 2003, with the addition of a 1x1 round with a hole in it. I will say that this thing, oh, really? Like, there we go.
Butterfingers.
This is connected into there like that, and I don't really like it because it's just loose enough. It feels a little flimsy, and like if you're holding it like this, it can just kind of continuously pivot and swivel. And I find that to be a little annoying. I do like that this radar dish is now kind of free to rotate whatever direction you want, although I do wish you could pivot it up. That's the one advantage that this has on that. It's got the right like angle on it, but you can't rotate it. So really what we needed was this design, but on a 1x1 clip that was free to rotate, which this one is on a 1x1 clip and free to rotate, had the flick fire thing not been in the way. Other things that this one does that is not present on other versions, I think that this has a better method of like sloping into the cockpit area. This one doesn't. By the way, the cockpit, I will always love this version more. I like the use of the engine piece. That's just a nice little detail. Also, the cockpit has the black windows instead of the dark gray windows. These dark gray windows are also different prints. They are just slightly different, but you can tell the difference. So yeah. But the black will always look best in my opinion. And in fact, I will do that now because I think that looks a whole lot better. I don't know why they went with gray. The interesting thing about this gray, it almost looks like pearl dark gray, but I don't think it is. I think I just got a slightly lighter gray print on my sequel trilogy one. The back of the engines though, like, this is really well done. They have these nice little hinges that work to really kind of make it stand out a bit more. So this is by far like the best version of the Millennium Falcon because it's getting all the things right and doing a better job than the others had done. There is this little space in here that's open. You can store your extra studs for this in there if you want to do that. They're not easy to get to, but that's not the point. The point is to not have some parts that are technically counted in the part count. These are the 100th and 101th piece. That's what they are. And they should be with the set, but there's nowhere to really put them or hide them or anything. This, I did find a spot in here that I could hide them. So yeah. When we do get to the front of the Millennium Falcon, there's one other thing. They've put a slope in here instead of a hinge plate with little greeblings on it. So, but it does have the bottom part of that area. So that's something that these can't say that they have. So ultimately, not very useful. I'm disappointed that we don't have an enemy ship for it to go up against right away. If you already have a Millennium Falcon, you do not need this. If you haven't gotten one before, you're going to be getting the best one that there is. So, yeah. And by the way, extra pieces. These are your extra pieces. Somebody will find a use for all of these triggers. So, anyway, this has been MCLegoboy with 75295 Millennium Falcon Microfighter. See you guys.
When it's 3, you can see it's a magic number.